Welcome back to Mywayoffthehwy's epic Australian 4x4 adventures across the red centre of Australia and around the top end. In this episode, we continue north along the PDR after we bush camped the night near Musgrave and passed through the small town of Colwyn for some last minute supplies. We arrived at the Portland Road Junction and take a right turn out to Portland House in Chile Beach to camp the night. The detour out to this hidden paradise is well worth the time it takes, so grab a beverage and let me show you why you'll be stopping here next time you head to Cape York. I start this episode with why you should be planning and packing for your Cape York trip as soon as possible. These roadworks that you see are expected to be finished by 2021, with the bitumen taking road users all the way to the northern tip of Australia not long after. What the lucky minority of us have been quietly enjoying for decades is about to be destroyed by commercial tourism and the overpopulation of northern tip travellers. After the roads are laid, soon follows the cafes, shops, overflowed rubbish bins, and the travellers that don't respect the Australian bush, its peacefulness and the environment that we travel through. Cape York is soon to never be the same as it once was. The pristine beaches that you usually get all to yourself, the abundance of wildlife, the rough 4x4 tracks and the outback Australian peace and quiet at the tip is soon to be another Australian iconic landmark that's destroyed for financial gains through tourism. Pack your four-wheel drive, call the family in sick, and head north whilst it's still worth it. I have travelled the world many times over and I've never been more blown away than I have by Cape York. Approximately 40 kilometres north, past the Archer River Roadhouse and along the Peninsula Development Road, you'll find yourself at a junction with Portland Road. Portland Road takes you east to the Iron Range National Park, where you'll be required to engage low-range four-wheel drive to get through the multiple creek crossings and the muddy bog holes. You'll enter into a vibrant jungle and green oasis called Portland House, also known as the Australian Paradise. Portland House is now a cafe and a restaurant, serving fresh and local produce. If you plan on having a meal there, phone ahead or make a booking. With a population of only 5 people, they aren't always open unless they know that you're coming. So we've detoured off the development road and headed down Portland Road, which leads you to a dead end, which is a port called Portland House. It's a homestead, it's a cafe, and this is remote Australia. Remote Australia doesn't have to be dusty and red and dry. This is almost as remote as you can get in Australia, and this is jungle, pristine. There's a cafe, one of the most historical ports in our country, where 1943 the US and Allied forces used this wharf for the Iron Fleet, the battle group of naval ships that was sent to protect Australia during World War II. But don't skip this place, you know, it takes a day to get down. You can stay at Chile Beach overnight, which we'll show footage of later. This bay behind me here has 3 resident crocs. They see these crocs every day on a daily basis that live just in this bay. They come up on high tide. This place is amazing. It's peaceful. It's known in Australia as paradise, and it really is paradise. It's beautiful. It's raining now and it's still lovely. As we drive from Portland Road to Chile Beach, you can see on the sides of the road here the Iron Range Rainforest that was devastated by Cyclone Trevor in early May 2019. We are travelling through here only 1 month after Trevor brought relentless wind and heavy rain for several days that felled thousands of trees and decimated the landscape. I'm going out with you tonight. We've set up camp at Chile Beach, so the weather has made a turn for the worst. It's been pouring rain, it's tropical rain, so it pours for a little while, it stops. We're pretty much stuck under the awning. We have managed to get a fire going, so we picked up heaps of dry wood that was still leaning on dead trees or hanging in the trees, so we made sure we got nothing off the ground. We've loaded the fire to make sure that the wood on top is drying out before it drops down in the pile to burn. So the other thing we've done is we've created some ambience under our awning with our camp oven. So we've just grabbed some coals from the fire, we've dug a little hole out, we've put some coals in the bottom of the fire, chucked the camp oven on top. We've actually got a loaf of bread in there cooking at the moment, so we'll put some pictures up and put the lid on top with some coals on top. This creates a little bit of ambience under the awning for you when we're sort of stuck, we can't go for walks because of the weather. Also creates a little bit of warmth if it's cold. Because of all the rain that we had whilst we stayed at Chili Beach, the river's got much deeper on the way out and the roads got a lot boggier. It's also worth noting that if you plan on staying at Chili Beach, make sure you pre-book with the ranger station or you likely won't get a camping spot.
Chasing myself, take me to a better place where love's something else, though it's wrong, running high.
After leaving Chili Beach, we headed straight to Brownwell Roadhouse to stay the night, do a few checks on the vehicle in the morning and then start the old telegraph track.
Like you're stuck everywhere. You keep it to yourself.
So we're just doing our daily checks, checking the fluids, making sure everything's alright, have a quick look over the engine. Like I said, I'm no mechanic, but I can tell you something looks out of place. We're also going to fit our recovery points. So we've obviously got 2 aftermarket recovery points on the front of the vehicle, which everyone should have if you're going to do this type of forward driving. We're going to start fitting our shackles now. The reason I don't fit them earlier is because they rattle off with the corrugations and there's no real need to have these ones on the front, making a lot of noise while you drive around the corrugations. So I've fitted this one, I fitted the one on the other side, and what we'll do when we get closer to the bog holes is run a winch or a tree protector from each strap with a snatch strap in the middle. I'll tuck all that up into our front bonnet bag that we have, and then that will all be ready. So if we do get bogged, there's plenty of people doing this track with us, so we've already seen 4 or 5 cars go through before us. We'll just be able to grab the strap, hook it onto their car and pull us out. Obviously I'll be checking their recovery point first. It's no point putting yourself in danger and getting someone to pull you out off a dangerous recovery point or a non-aftermarket recovery point. So you don't want to pull off a tie-down point that comes standard on a vehicle. So we've set everything up, we've set the back recovery point up. We'll do the same on the back. We'll put on the tow bar shackle, the aftermarket recovery shackle, we'll put a snatch strap through it, then we'll hook it up and we'll drop it into the dirty gear bag on the back of the car, so that either way, forwards or backwards, we can just grab the strap and be pulled out either way. Clean your headlights, just make sure you can be seen on the road. You know, just give everything a quick clean over if you want. Get under the vehicle, look for anything that looks out of place. If you see new oil areas or places that are nice and shiny now, there's something that's gone wrong, there's something that's slipped. So get under, give the car a wobble. You know, I'm with Hayden here today, so I can get Hayden to shake the car while I'm under the car and look for anything that clicks, look for anything that moves. We do have a click under the bonnet or under the vehicle, and we're going to do just that now. Next episode, we tackle the old telegraph track and we put the Prado through a lot of water, so stay tuned. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and please give this video a thumbs up so that you can be the first to see all my future content. Safe travels, and thanks for watching.